Well, you're finally somewhere where you're supposed to be.
Just what is that supposed to mean?
Tried calling you all night about the meeting this morning. You weren't home.
Not that it's any of your business, but I was out.
To the lovely Anna Devane, huh? Yeah, remember I saw you two leave the pub together? And just for the record, everything you do is my business.
What I do in my own time is none of your concern, Damon. What is this meeting about?
Well, two visitors from out of town are dropping by to put the next step of our plan into operation.
Who are they?
Mr. Philip Wilder and a Mr. David Marlowe.
Well, I've never heard of them. What do they do?
You know, I think you're hanging around too much with Chief Devane. You're beginning to sound like a police detective.
This is still my operation, Damon. I don't take too kindly to strangers coming in here telling me what to do.
Well, these men are experts in their field. They'll perform tasks that your union flunkies couldn't begin to approximate.
You still haven't answered my question.
Mr. Wilder is a computer expert. Mr. Marlowe is a very highly placed accountant in our operation.
Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. I know how to operate my own computer, and I don't need an accountant. I've already employed a very competent young woman who handles my books.
You know damn well that these men are here on Mr. B's orders.
And nothing gives you greater pleasure than to see them carried out and also to rub my face in it.
You're loose change when it comes to the size of our operation here, Duke. If I were you, I wouldn't press my luck.
Well, can you tell me anything about this new operation?
I don't know that much about it, actually. Philip and David will fill us in when they get here. I do know that the code name for the operation is Tumble Dry.
I mean, both of you, I've heard a lot about you, or should I say about your mysterious plans.
There's nothing mysterious about it, Mr. Lavery. It's just our operation has become too large to be handled in the simplistic way that it's been handled here previously.
We've always managed to do the job.
Not without some very close calls.
Yes, but Mr. Lavery is right. All in all, the laundering operation has been very successful. And because of that success, a decision has been made to enlarge the operation.
We're talking large amounts of cash, which couldn't possibly be handled through the one system you're currently using.
And that's where Tumble Dry comes in.
That's right. Tumble Dry is the computer file name for the new operation. I'll be reformatting your computer, Mr. Lavery. All of the Mr. B information will now be hidden in the hard disk section of your computer.
Why is that?
It's safer practice than storing the information on floppy disks.
We wouldn't want your girlfriend to use one for a coaster. That'd be very embarrassing for you, Duke.
What about the access code?
It's been changed to laundry. That file will store all of the Mr. B business in separate subdirectories. Tumble Dry will be one of those subdirectories, along with related subjects such as the Fisherman's Wharf Project and the Phony Union Pension Fund.
And these subdirectories will be coded in the same way that we've coded the Tumble Dry file.
And you're sure that this information will be safe in the computer?
The only part of the information that an untrained user could access would be the display directory under the laundry category. You need the access word laundry to pull up the Tumble Dry file.
You still haven't told me how this Tumble Dry operation will work.
We plan to transfer the money in laundry machines. The machines will be delivered by truck. And we'll still use Port Charles as our base of operation.
You hold it right there. It's going to look very suspicious if I have laundry machines turning over my doorstep twice a week, isn't it?
We've taken that into account, Mr. Lavery, and we've made adequate arrangements.
All deliveries and pickups will be made to the ADZ warehouse across the alley from you.
Which is close enough to transfer the money into your safe without alerting anyone's suspicions.
Sounds like you've thought of everything.
Almost everything. Port Charles is still my city. I'll decide what's going to work.
Believe me, Mr. Lavery, our plan is foolproof.
If you don't mind, I'll be the judge of that. I plan to take a closer look at your plan before I decide to endorse it.
I think maybe you're overestimating your importance to our operation, Duke.
I'm paid to make sure that the Port Charles plan goes ahead without a hitch. It's not going to be much good to anyone if I'm arrested for laundering large sums of money now, is it?
Well, if Port Charles really is your town, then you'll be able to see to it that that doesn't happen, won't you?
Don't worry about Jessie, fellas. I'll take care of her. I'll pick up her laundry, and she'll be out of town before you know it.
Your confidence is inspiring, Tuffy, but we have a new way of handling the drop-offs.
It's called Tumble Dry. The code word for the entire operation is laundry.
Excuse me, Mr. Lavery, I did knock.
What is it, Felicia?
My computer's down. I was wondering if I could use yours to make the deposit entries.
Of course, that's fine, lass, but can it wait till after this meeting?
Of course.
Okay.
Who's she?
That's Felicia. She handles my books.
Did she hear you give out the access word?
No, I doubt it, but if she did, she wouldn't understand what it meant.
She's married to a cop named Frisco Jones.
Yes, that's right.
You better make damn sure she didn't hear anything. The last thing we want to do is give Officer Jones more information.
Don't worry about Felicia. I can take care of my own employees.
If you have any doubts about her, she'll have to be dealt with.
Jenny, I saw your piece on Duke Lavery. You did a fine job. You really got to the core of that man.
Thank you, Edward. Who in the world is this Duke Lavery I keep hearing about? Is he a new man in town?
He's been here about 6 months.
Yes, Duke's a successful businessman and a concerned citizen. He's involved himself in a lot of civic issues.
He's also very good looking and single.
Sounds like quite a catch. Excuse me, please.
Felicia, I've been meaning to talk to you about Frisco's suspension from the police force.
Oh, you heard about it.
Yes, Anna told me. She was very upset about it.
And so was my husband.
I'm very sorry the whole thing came down to his being suspended. Is there anything I can do?
Well, that's all right. I appreciate the offer. I'm sure Frisco and Anna will resolve their differences before too much longer. I'm just trying to stay out of the whole thing.
Well, I take it you think I should follow your lead.
I would never presume to tell my boss what to do.
I wish most of my employees were as thoughtful as that.
Did you have trouble at the meeting?
You overheard?
No, I walked into the room and everybody clammed up. I just figured things weren't going very well.
Very perceptive of you, Felicia.
I've been meaning to ask you about Terry O'Connor. Did you like her singing?
Yes, I have to admit, Terry has a great deal of talent.
Well, could you consider her for one of your nightclubs?
Oh, I'll consider it, Felicia, but my advice to Terry is that perhaps she gets a greater repertoire together. If she's going to perform in a nightclub, she can do it just with a few songs that she's written herself.
Okay, I'll tell her about it.
Why don't you maybe ask Frisco to help her put her act together? Well, now that he has some free time on his hands, perhaps he can show Terry the ropes.
Yeah, well, I'll mention it to him, but he's so upset about being suspended, I don't think he wants to concentrate on anything else.
Yeah, Jesse, you shouldn't be down here on the docks like this.
What are you talking about? I've been walking the dock since I was a kid.
Yeah, well, those days are gone. Right now, the boss doesn't want you to show your face around until you leave for Atlantic City, but he doesn't want you back here in Port Charles.
I sure would like to know what the hell is going on around here. I was promised job security, and here I am being hustled out of town.
Jesse, Operation Tumble Dry is only temporary. The boss says we're going to be back to the usual operations just as soon as the heat cools off.
Why is it called Tumble Dry?
I've said too much already. Well, let's send it better. Now you know what I mean.
I'm sick of being treated like an outsider.
It's for your own protection. And you think of it that way, Jesse. A little retirement protection. Now, come on.
Yeah.
Tuesday, August 5th, 11:30 a.m. Operations changed. New name, Tumble Dry.
So. Hey.
How's it going?
Hi.
How's it going?
Not bad, not bad. Listen, sorry to hear about your bad luck.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's nothing losing sleep over. I'll be back on the job in a few days.
Yeah. You need anything? Money or anything?
Well, no. No, thanks. I'm fine.
Okay. Well, listen, don't hesitate to ask, you know. I mean, we waterfront people, we take care of our own. You know what I mean? All right.
So I thought I'd see you at the game last week, seeing as you were my original contact.
Yeah, well, I was going to make it, but I was out of town, you know. I thought I'd be back in an hour or so, you know. No, I missed the connecting flight. You know how airports are. I missed the flight, so I stayed over a couple of days. I just got back about an hour ago.
Right. Well, it's good to see you. Listen, any more games coming up?
Hey, I'll talk to the guys. I'll let you know what happens.
That'd be great. Take it easy. Tuesday, August 5th, 2:30 p.m. I just caught Tuffy in another lie. I know he's involved in setting me up.